What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course for another Formwork Friday video. This time, it's a little weird, I know. We have 2 eagles and 2 sky guide 4s. We're gonna toss some forehands and some backhands. I wanna talk about reach back today because I noticed something in some of my editing earlier, and I actually tried to do a slow-mo video and it showed me something on my forehand that was kind of a good teaching tip and a good teaching tool, and I forgot to mention it in all the other work about Formwork. And so we're gonna see if it's true for my backhand and my forehand, and we're gonna see what happens. Now, the thing I was noticing was that in my forehand form, when I go to do my reach back, it's not really reach back. It's more like the disc stays in one spot and my body moves forward and then my arm whips it forward. Now, that's something that a lot of people are gonna say, you almost want to, in your run up, rotate around the disc. And it's true, you want to do that, but I don't know how true is it. So we're going to toss some discs today. We're going to see how accurate that actually is. We're going to look specifically at my form and watch the disc. So basically watch the disc and watch my wrist until I make that final step into the throw. The actual talking and chatting today might be a little weird. I might just do it while I'm walking because you can't really film in slow-mo and then just put it on the normal speed because the sound's gonna be all weird and it's just hard to film entirely in slow motion. So I am switching back and forth between normal speed and also the slow motion because on the iPhone, you don't really have options to change your shutter speed. Basically, you have to just switch to slow-mo if you want higher shutter speed, and that's gonna give you more of a representation of what exactly is happening in my form. Now, I've worked with my form so much that it's kind of like a fluid concept, and what my arm does doesn't really come into my mind, but I'm wondering if I just kind of throw, if it's going to have the same effect, and if you're going to see the same type of disc sitting in one spot as I go to reach back, and then it's going to explode forward. If so, that makes a lot of sense, and it makes sense why I'm getting some of the throws I'm able to get. It kind of already feels like that's very true, and if that is the case, it makes so much sense to me. It feels like the disc is staying in one spot for at least a split second while I'm throwing. Hopefully the slow-mo footage will have enough frames per second to be able to kind of show that. That being said, backhand is one thing. Let's go talk about the forehand. Now with the forehand, a lot of people say if you played any ball sports, then you're probably gonna do really well with a forehand grip or a forehand type of throw because it's a very similar arm motion. So instead of doing one of these, you're doing one of these. The main difference is balls go this way because balls don't really arc left or right very much unless they're a lightweight and you can get a lot of cross spin. Obviously there's exceptions, but for the most part when you throw a ball, it's going to arc up and then it's going to arc down. The thing is with a disc, it doesn't really arc up and then it arcs down. Most of the turning and the angles and the side-to-side motion is really side-to-side. It's not straight up and down. So with a disc, instead of throwing it here, you will want to be throwing it here because you're going to get much more of that reliable side-to-side motion. However, you can still treat it like it's a throw, like you're trying to pitch. So when a lot of pitchers go in, they will be holding onto the ball, and then as they take their last step, their arm doesn't extend backwards, it just kind of stays in one spot, and then it whips everything forward. I kind of do the same thing on a forehand, and I just recently kind of noticed. Now, I do also understand that because I've been throwing it since before I was 10, my elbow joint has built up the strength and the flexibility to move as far forward as it does. My elbow quite literally gets in front of my wrist, and that's what is allowing me to get the snap and the actual just physical speed on the disc that I'm able to get. I understand that not everybody's going to be able to do that, but you can take the same technique and just do it a little bit less exaggerated. Maybe don't start the disc as far back so that you don't have as far to go forward, meaning you're less likely to hurt your elbow. So that type of throw is typically what most people refer to as the lag. The disc is lagging behind your body as you're stepping into the shot, meaning there's a little bit more stored energy to be able to explode forward. You're not always going to get that, but you can still get the same amount of energy, almost the same amount of energy, if you exaggerate your reach back and you do it from a standstill. It's possible, just not nearly as easy. But that's one of the things, I think that's the reason why I do need at least one step, because I need that tiny little bit of extra body movement forward to be able to get the lag that I'm expecting. And that's why when I try to do a standstill, it just doesn't come out looking quite as clean. Now that lag is something you can experience both forehand and backhand, which is why everybody that wants to get that extra little bit of pop is stepping or running into their throw, using their body motion and their body movement, body mechanics to create the lag for them, so they don't have to do it artificially. Because if you create your own lag artificially, results may vary. Versus getting a lot more pop when you step into your throw. When it's all said and done, there's so many different ways that you can create the lag. You can do it from a standstill, you can do it from a walk up, you can do it from a run up, but I will guarantee you that it's going to feel more natural and come so much easier if you take at least one step into the throw. If you don't take that one step into the throw, you're generating all of the power and all of the lag from your body and your muscles. If you take that step in, you're using your muscles, you're using the tendons, you're using everything else, the ligaments, you're using your bone structure to create the lag and give you the power that you're looking for. It's gonna come so much easier. Hopefully, it helps. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff, make sure to comment all that down below. And please make sure to subscribe. Helps you out, it helps me out, and I have so many giveaways going on all the time specifically for subscribers. So make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're telling your friends to subscribe, and until next time, see you out on the course.